And meanwhile, in Portland, Antifa is gearing up for a massive protest tonight at the ICE facility there. A flyer is circulating online urging people to rally against President Trump's order that deploys troops to the city to protect ICE facilities against violent rioters. Christina Coleman is live with the latest. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Tommy. Yes, more protests are expected tonight in Portland after the president announced he plans to send federal troops there. Yesterday on Truth Social, the president wrote, at the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I am directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. We have the full screen there that President Trump put out. There you go. So he said, at the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I'm directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. I am also authorizing full force if necessary. Now, this announcement got swift pushback from some of Oregon's Democratic leaders. Take a listen.
The president will not find lawlessness or violence here. If President Trump came to Portland today, what he would find is people riding their bikes, playing sports, enjoying the sunshine.
It's pretty outrageous to see what the president is saying about Portland. It is all based on lies. This is not a war-ravaged city. It's pretty outrageous that this gross abuse of power, calling in the military.
But the officials within the Trump administration clearly feel differently. Portland is one of a number of cities nationwide where there's been ongoing protests against the president's crackdown on illegal immigration. And some of those demonstrations have turned very violent with clashes between anti-ICE rioters and federal agents. There's been a dramatic rise in assaults against ICE agents nationwide compared to the same time last year. Democratic lawmakers from Oregon think adding more troops to the mix is going to make the situation worse.
Trump is sending troops to Portland with the goal of, quote, doing a number on the city. And we know what this means. He wants to stoke fear and chaos and trigger violent interactions and riots to justify expanded authoritarian control. Let's not take the bait. Portland is peaceful and strong, and we will take care of each other.
Well, we'll see how things play out tonight. Again, more protests are planned for outside the ICE facility in Portland this evening. Tommy?
Christina Coleman, thank you so much. I'm going to open it out to the table now to have a little discussion about, let's talk about Portland first, Joey, because we just came off of that, and I was just stunned by those leaders in Portland. We saw it yesterday, too. Everything's fine here. We don't need help. You're going to come, and you're going to cause the problem. It's the same thing that Mayor Karen Bass and Governor Gavin Newsom said in California after people were rioting for days, lighting things on fire, causing destruction to businesses. But yet again, you have the leaders that say, we don't want help, don't come here, you will cause the problem. And I'm just wondering, to continue our discussion from yesterday, at what point do the citizens of Portland say, no, we're kind of sick of being antagonized by Antifa and all of this ruckus, and we would like some law and order?
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is they're kind of glossing over the issue. So Trump is sending support there to help with the ICE operations in the ICE facilities there, which are currently under some sort of siege protest. There's a report, I didn't hear if Christina got to it, that potentially some of these protesters are found with guns on their person. Mm-hmm. And so Trump is specifically sending support for these ICE operations. I think what they're doing is they're kind of ignoring the ICE part and saying, oh, but our city's not in, we don't have CHOP or whatever it was, Chaz again. And so maybe their crime statistics are down a tick, but that's not why they're going there. Unfortunately, they're not even getting to go there to help make the city safe. They're going there to protect federal agents enacting federal law who are essentially under attack. And apparently the local law enforcement is not allowed to help them.
But Anita, it's still an incredible deterrent, because when you know that these facilities are going to be fortified, they're going to have extra help, I would think that that would send a loud and clear message to Antifa and the rest of these folks out there that want to cause anarchy and chaos. Hey, you come and you try to do this, it's not going to be so easy as the last time you tried to come and do this.
Well, you would think so. You would hope so. But, that remains to be seen because, we're seeing these pictures day after day. And let me just say, these are not protests. These are not people carrying signs and chanting and making their voices heard. This is what they're doing. I'm going to read from the federal charging document. In one of the most serious ones, federal officers allege a protester used the pointed end of a protest sign wooden handle to attack the head of a U.S. Border Patrol officer who was trying to make an arrest. The incident cut the officer's ear. Another one, another protester threw a foot-long knife at an approaching officer during a June protest. So this is not protesting. These are attacks on federal officers. Let's call it what it is.
And there needs to be extra protection for those officers. We spoke to Tom Homan yesterday, Jason, and he said, President Trump has made it so clear to me and to my agents that they will be protected, that we're not going to leave you out there in the cold and the dust. We're going to make sure you have the protection that you need and you deserve. And I think that, and I would hope, that the folks in Portland who are not a member of Antifa or any of this, regardless of their views on immigration, I would hope that they would want these agents who are oftentimes members of their own community to be safe and protected.
Yeah, look, President Trump is doing exactly the right thing. He's protecting law-abiding citizens and federal assets. And these Democratic leaders who try to put this out there, oh, it's safe and we're all protected. Great. Then buy these guys some pizza and just say, hey, you're wasting your time here. But that's probably not what's going to happen tonight. They have foreshadowed that there's going to be violence and attacks, and nobody should have to put up with that. This is the United States of America. We're going to protect Americans, and we're going to protect our law enforcement. That's the right message. That's exactly what we need to do. And that's why President Trump is the most popular president we've ever had.
Antifa is so used to getting away with everything in these deep blue cities, but not anymore. Not on President Trump's watch.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.